check.
Hello, so this is ADsolo here. So I decided I wanted to make a video just really quick talking a little bit about me, kind of how I got into this whole FGC thing and how it's pretty much just taken over my entire life. So I just kind of summarize like 5 things that I would just kind of talk about in this brief video so you could get to know a little bit more about me. So we'll start off with question number 1. My gamer tag. It is pronounced ADsolo. People call me AD, people just call me Solo, people call me ADsolo, or they'll just call me Adrian, which is my actual name. I'll literally respond to any of those. I'm used to hearing any variation of it at this point. So any of those I'll respond to, but my gamer tag itself, it just comes from my actual name, which is Adrian Desiree Solomon. So A for Adrian, D for Desiree, and Solo comes from the first 4 letters of Solomon, and just put those together and you get ADsolo. Fun fact, the first kind of, I guess, username tag I had was back in the day when the internet became mainstream and, you know, we got America Online, aka AOL, and my brother helped me figure out a tag and I didn't know what to use at the time. So I ended up coming with Blue Ace 928. So blue is my favorite color. Ace, my name starts with the A, and my family, they're the only ones who actually call me Ace, and I actually have an Ace tattoo. And 928 is my birthday. So my brother helped me come up with that. There's still like a couple of things. I have 2 PlayStation accounts. Now one is ADsolo, one is Blue Ace 928. So if you see Blue Ace 928 ever floating around, that's me. Becoming part of the SGC and following everything. It's an interesting story, but I'll try to make it pretty short. Basically what happened was, for a while, like for 4 or 5 years, I was just mainly playing League of Legends. Like I was obsessed with playing League, playing it all night, sometimes missed work. It was really bad. But then one day, my boyfriend at the time, he decided he didn't have his own PS4 and we were like pseudo living together, and MKX was about to come out. So he bought a PS4, bought MKX as well, because he played MK9 too. And I had never played MK9. Last time I played a Mortal Kombat game was probably 20 years ago or something like that, when I was a little kid. And so when he bought the game, he brought that back home and he started playing it. And he was like, "Do you want to try it?" And I was like, I guess. So long story short, I tried it, ended up becoming obsessed with it, started like following and researching all this stuff. Didn't even know about tournaments, didn't even know that a fighting game community existed. I just started like looking up all this different stuff online, and I was like, wow, it's like really a whole community of people out there. And just started going to tournaments, following Twitter, looking at stuff on Twitch, and here we are today. When I started playing MKX, I had no idea what to do, so I just went through story mode, which I think is a good place to start with any video game. So I went through story mode. Once it was over, the first person who I thought I was going to main was Jackie Briggs, because, I gotta, pick the black girl. And so I messed with Jackie for a little bit, and I was like, oh, she's cool. She's got this little gun. She has these cool little quotes. She got this really cool, like, backdash. I like how she's looking. But she just like didn't really cut it for me. I don't know why. So then I moved on to Cassie Cage, just another girl, because I really mainly only play girl characters. It's just my thing. I don't know why. One day I'll get past it. But so went on to Cassie because I saw that Cassie had that cool selfie brutality. So let me mess with her a little bit. So played with her and I was like, okay, Cassie. I kind of like Cassie Cage a little bit better than Jackie. So I was like, this might be who I'm working with. And then, like I said, I got into all this because my boyfriend at the time, he was like, play around with, other characters, see what else she may like. Because I was about to stop at Cassie Cage. And then the next person I decided to grab was Melina, which, of course, is, old classic character. And Jackie and Cassie were newer characters. But I picked Melina, and I don't know why, but I was like, this is it. This is who I'm going to mess with. Like, this is my girl. She's just so, she's just this violent, vicious, ravenous kind of, oh, ravenous. Get it? Because like one of her she's raven. Okay, anyways, so yes, that is pretty much my path and how I just ended up grabbing Melina, and she was like good at so many different areas. So she wasn't like great at one thing, but she had just enough of like all these other things that made her really fun. So I was like, Melina is my girl. So that's how I ended up playing Melina, and that is, I think since then I tried a couple other characters, but no matter what, I just ended up going back to Melina. So that's my one and only girl for MKX. And for Injustice, when Injustice came out, same thing. I did not play the first Injustice at all. So went through the game story mode on that. Initially, even before story mode, because by this point I have been like following the scene more and been seeing a lot about what was coming up, was up to date with, you know, when the game was going to be released. So, and then I had started knowing more people as well, so started talking to them too. So based off of talking to other people and what I had seen thus far, I thought I was going to main Catwoman or Poison Ivy. So story mode the game came out, played story mode that night, went through it, and I don't know. Like, Ivy was just like, she's alright. And Catwoman was also just meh, although I wish I would have realized that she wouldn't be meh in the game. But, I mean, she just still, I didn't really, like, kind of connect with her fully. So, then came Harley. Again, a classic character from the game. She was in the original Injustice, and I just fell in love with Harley and been messing with her ever since. And I think I'm still going to pick up Catwoman just because she's so good. And I think I don't know, there's still something I like about her. I just immediately didn't feel a connection with her. But mainly right now, all I'm playing Injustice is Harleen Quinzel. When I really started following stuff, it was pretty much as soon as the game came out. So it came out April 2015. Like I said, I immediately started looking up stuff online, like what's out there, who can I watch on Twitch, who can I learn from, are there YouTube videos, and then I find out about tournaments, and then I see that there's a tournament coming up near me called Combo Breaker. I live in Chicago. Also, another fact if people didn't know. So I live in Chicago, so I see this tournament, Combo Breaker, and it's like 45 minutes away from my place. And I was like, cool, I gotta go there. But I actually did not end up going to Combo Breaker. I watched it from the comfort of my couch on Twitch on my TV, which is actually a whole nother story for why I was like too afraid to go, but I may talk about that in a later video. So the first tournament I actually went to was EVO. So that was our first tournament experience. The biggest tournament of the year, of course, is what I choose. It was cool though, like, because first of all, I love Las Vegas. It's my favorite city. And it was just great to see so many people for so many different games. And I didn't know what the area would look like as far as a ballroom or the setups or how anything would look. So at first it was kind of overwhelming to see all these people, but you know, once I kind of got in the swing of things, it was just great to be able to just walk around. Because I also, when I went, I didn't enter to compete because I was too scared to do that. So I just went as a spectator. So, but just walking around, seeing people play and being able to see all of these like high level matches, just like here and here and here and here and here. It was just so fun just being in the middle of all of that. So since EVO, I kind of slowed down on tournaments. After EVO, I think, which kind of leads into when I decided to kind of start going to tournaments again. Because EVO, it was kind of overwhelming, and I was still like, oh, I'm not nearly as good as a lot of these players. What am I going to do? Like, I can't play like this, but I had to get that out of my head. But all the while, like, as the weeks were going by, I was still following a lot of the scene. Like I said, looking at stuff on Twitch, following people on Twitter, looking at YouTube videos, all the different stuff. But what really, oddly enough, like the moment where I finally realized, like, I really feel connected to this game, to this scene, and I want to kind of go somewhere with this in some way. It was actually TFC of 2015, and it was the moment when Slayer finally beat Sonic Fox. Like, so I was watching that on Twitch. I was not at that tournament. So when I was watching that, I like started screaming and clapping, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited for him. He finally beat Sonic. He's playing so fucking good. And he beat him, and then he stood up and he was like, yeah! And people came up and started hugging him. You'd almost think he won the tournament, but he didn't. But that's fine. To me, and in my heart of hearts, he won that TFC. But that was the moment where I was just like, wow, I feel like super connected to the game, to the players. Because of course, when you like follow quote unquote real sports, you end up getting connected to a team or a particular player and following their story and their path about how they got to where they got. The same kind of experience I had with the Cubs. When the Cubs won in 2016, I actually cried because I grew up as a Cubs fan. And when we almost, I don't know if we almost had it back in 03 with the whole Bartman incident, but that was heartbreaking for me for that moment. I remember back in 03 when that happened. And when you get kind of connected to these teams and you want to see them do well. So it's the same thing. I was following a bunch of different people in the scene. And at the time, Yomi, those were the guys of the scene in that moment. And to see Slayer finally essentially beat his demon, I was like, yes. And I was like, man, you know what? This tournament stuff and this whole scene is full of a lot of cool people. And I could see myself really being part of this for a long time. So it was really kind of that moment where I was like, okay, I'm really get into this. And I've just been going to so many different tournaments, as many as I could get to ever since then. And now I'm addicted. So as far as the future of the FGC or when it comes to esports, what I want is, I just want to put simply, I just want to see it grow. The way I saw League of Legends grow in, I don't want to say a short time, because obviously, everything takes time to build up. But seeing because I played League in the beta, and seeing from there to what League of Legends is now is amazing. And it's how can I want to see what I can do to help our scene be able to kind of grow, bigger and bigger. I don't know about necessarily that big, because League of Legends is, to me, it's in its whole own different category. But to be able to kind of help the scene grow, get more players involved, get more content out there, have these different websites and places people can go to learn more about the FGC. And, specifically, I mainly just follow NRS games. So just Injustice and MK, seeing, I want to put more information out there as much as possible, because the more information that's out there, the more people can see it, the more people can find it, the more people can grow connected to it. And I think that all of those things combined can just really help this seed grow to, who knows where it could go from here. But I think there's just so much potential in front of us. And I somehow want to be able to add value to that. And I think the fact that I've become so passionate about it, and I follow so much of it. I look at stuff on Twitter every single day. I'm in somebody's Twitch chat every single day. I'm trying to stream myself, but I haven't been able to kind of get on a consistent thing. But I'm really going to try to one day. But all of these different things that I'm involved in when it comes to the scene, I just want to see that be able to go so far. So we'll see what happens. And that's it. So thanks for checking in. I hope this kind of gives a little bit of insight into kind of who I am and, what I plan to do and when it comes to the scene and these games. Because I'm planning to create more videos, talk to a bunch of different players, and just kind of put more of a personal feel out there, so that you can see things from players' perspective, when they're at tournaments or not, just kind of getting a feel for what it's like to be someone who competes competitively, whether it's on a top pro level or people who just go to tournaments every now and then. Every single person who comes out to a tournament or watches our game or plays our game is adding value to our scene in some way. And I'm just looking to get more information out there as much as possible. So thanks for watching and stay tuned in. Bye.